Today we're going to talk about the top 5 must-know things with Palm WebOS. We're going to cover single search, basic gestures, launching and managing your cards, adjusting your 4 favorite icons and moving icons around in the launcher, as well as managing multiple emails and calendars. So number 1, single search. So on the phone, a very unique feature of WebOS is the ability to find anything on your phone, whether it be contacts, calendar events, applications, things on the internet, just by typing. So what you're going to be able to do is, straight from the main screen, if you slide the device open, all you have to do is start typing anything. So for instance, we will use calendar. So if I start typing calendar, you're going to notice as I start typing, it brings up calculator and calendar, as well as contacts here. So I have calculator, calendar, I have a couple contacts. Now all I have to do is select that particular icon, and it will launch me directly into what I'm searching for. Number 2, basic gestures. So at the very bottom of the phone here, you have a gesture pad. This will allow you to do multiple things. For instance, if you select an application and you launch it, this gesture pad will, number 1, if by touching it, will allow that application to fade to the background. If you touch it again, will allow it to come back out. And let's say I choose a particular option within that application. If I then take my hand and slide from right to left, it acts as a back button. So now it goes right back out to where I was. Then I can touch again, and it will pull it back out into the card view. Now another great gesture is I have these 4 little icons down here, which are my favorites. If I start at the bottom and slide up, it gives me a slide bar here, which allows me to quickly choose any one of these applications while I'm in another one. So it doesn't matter whether I'm in full view of the application, it allows me to bring up those applications quickly, so I can quickly switch between there and then jump into another application. Now the last final gesture is if I slide up from the bottom. So once again, if I start from the bottom, slide to the top, it will bring up my launcher, which has all my applications in. And those are some basic gestures that you need to know. Number 3, launching and managing your cards. One of the unique features of the Palm WebOS is the ability to use multiple applications and run them at once. As we've seen, that's become a very important thing with the launch of the Android system. The nice thing is that Palm has developed a very unique system. So for instance, I'm going to launch a couple applications to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll launch my contacts, which will pull up, and then as I showed you in the gestures, we'll make it small. So now this is your card view. Now I will launch my mail. It will launch as well. I'll go ahead and minimize that, and I'll launch calendar. So now as we have it running, there's 3 applications. Now the beauty is these are all live running applications. Now if you want to get a little bit wider view of everything you have running, if you touch anywhere on the screen where nothing is available, so right below these cards, it'll actually make the cards smaller. So now this will give you a little bit wider view of everything you have going on.
One of the things I was going to add too is that you can actually manipulate the cards and move them around in different areas. Yeah, so if you want something in a different, like say you're doing maybe balancing your checkbook or doing anything with a calculator in your calendar, you can actually make sure that those are side by side so you can easily go back and forth between the cards.
And by doing that, as you see, all I do is I touch the particular application I want to move around, touch and hold it, and then drag it to wherever I want, which is very nice. Now, what I meant by live is, so for instance, I'm going to bring up my contacts here, and I'm going to scroll it. And you're going to see that as I back out, it'll continue to scroll. As you see, it's still moving even after I've left that application. Incredibly useful, and you'll find a lot of customers will find this beneficial to be able to manage multiple applications. Now, when you're done with the applications, you want to get rid of them. Another unique feature is you never have to go look for a save option. When you're done, you just take the application and throw it off the top of the device. It disappears, auto-saves it, and closes it. So you don't have to worry about running programs in the background or losing valuable information. And just like that, you now have a clean background. Number 4, adjusting your favorite 4 icons and moving icons around in the launcher. So at the very bottom, as we've discussed before, you have your 4 favorite programs. Now you may be asking, well, it looks like there's 5 icons. Well, this far right one is actually the button to go right into your launcher. So this one really doesn't count. You can't ever change that one. So these 4, you can actually manipulate these around. So what we'll do is we'll go into our launcher. So this is where all your programs are located. Here they all are. So now if I want to adjust these 4, all I have to do is, let's say I don't really need my dial pad here. So I will touch and hold my dial pad. A little circle halo will show up around it. All I have to do is drag it up, drop it. Now there's only 3 at the bottom.
And these can be all manipulated in the menu as well.
Right. And so all these can be manipulated. So maybe I want my phone up here on the top left where Wi-Fi is. So again, I touch and hold it. That little halo shows up. I drag it. I could drop it there. But maybe I want it on another page. So very similar to the Android system. You touch and hold. Now if I drag it to the edge of the screen, it'll move over to other groups of pages. Now I can drop it. Now let's say instead I would rather have my browser down in that bottom. So now all I have to do, touch and hold the browser, drag to the bottom, it makes room. There you go. Close my launcher, and now I have my top 4. From that point, I can launch right into my browser. Number 5, managing multiple emails and calendars. Another unique feature with the Palm Web OS is the ability of taking information from multiple of your accounts, whether it be Facebook, your email accounts, your Gmail account, putting it all together, showing where that information came from, and not duplicating it. The nice thing is you're able to have multiple email accounts, up to 16. And not just that, you can integrate 16 personal POP3 or IMAP accounts, 16 Exchange email accounts. So I'll open up my email, and I happen to have a personal email account set up on here as well as an Exchange one. When you launch into email, you're going to see all inboxes, which kind of combines them. But then if I go down, if you notice right here, it says my Exchange and my Gmail right here. So if I want to look at individual ones, I touch on that one, boom, my Gmail opens up. I have all my folders, which is another great feature, is that this will bring over all your folders. So if you're a person who takes emails out of your inbox, puts them into designated folders, you can pull those folders. So now if I want to close out my Gmail, I'll just touch on it, closes it up. Now I have my Exchange. Here's all my folders for my Exchange. So the beautiful thing is, so now that I'm done here and I've kind of managed around all my email accounts, if I do want to set up an extra email account, since we're in here, really, really nice and easy. In any application, if you just go to the very top of the screen here where it says email, if I touch there, all I have to do is go into preferences and accounts. It shows all my accounts, what I want to do with them, and at the very bottom, add an email account. It's that simple. Boom. Enter the email address, password, you're good to go. So now into calendar. Same deal. It's automatically going to load up my calendar. And now what's really nice is if I go through, it's going to load up all these dates. And now this is showing all calendars. But right here at the top where you notice it says the date and then it says all. If I touch the all button, it's going to give a list of all of the calendars available. So I have my Gmail calendar. If I had a Yahoo one, I can create as many as I want. I have my Verizon Wireless Exchange calendar. So you could technically, which is really good for customers, you could have one for you, for your spouse. Maybe you're managing your kids because they're in all types of sports as well. So you could have all these listed and they're color coded. So then I can choose which one I want to look at. I'll choose my Verizon one. Boom, it shows it up just like that. And then I can quickly change back to all if I wanted to. And I can see them all together to make sure there's no conflict. There's a lot that is in this device, and there's a lot of things that it can do. So I hope this has been beneficial. And any questions or concerns, please give me a call or email me.